Well, welcome everybody to an absolutely beautiful morning up here on the moors. I'm going to be trying for some upland birds today, and I've managed to get here before sunrise, which is just the best time for the upland birds, I think. I'm going to try to use this early morning light, this golden hour, certainly the first 2 hours, hopefully to get my best pictures. Oh my goodness. I've got a curlew and it's really quite close to the side of the road, so I've pulled over, had to turn around. I'm now on the right hand side of the road, which obviously you don't drive on in the UK, but so what I've done, I took a shot from further back. The curlew's further away than I'd like, but I think it makes for a nice environmental shot. I've just gone a bit further forward and now I'm stopped, so there's kind of like a clump of grasses between us, and then I'll move forward. I'm just taking it slow. The curlew flies off into the next field, so I decide to carry on and see what else I can find. Oh my god. They're piping. They're piping. This is a beautiful piece of behaviour exhibited by the oystercatcher, and it is called piping, where you often get a group of them and they'll make this piping sound, but they'll do it with their beaks kind of pointed down to the ground. It's quite unusual, really interesting to see, especially when they're in a group. I've not seen it myself too many times, so I'm really excited to photograph this. This is superb. Of course, the biggest problem, as often in the case in these situations, is the fence. And there's bits of the fence that kind of dip, so you get a clearer view. But depending where the oystercatchers are, sometimes you just can't get a fully clear view. You've got a bit of foreground barbed wire in the way, which is really frustrating. Just have to try and move a little bit, and then there's one on the other side of the road. What I've had to do at times is actually lift the camera up and hand hold it just a little bit higher, basically. But obviously I'd rather use the beanbag. I just tried the tracking autofocus and it was okay at times, and then it just wasn't locking on the head. It was just moving around too much, and I couldn't choose the bird I wanted, so I've gone back to the spot focus. I feel like I'm using the spot focus all the time at the moment, but it's just, if it's better, it's better. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try and put the extender on because they're still here, so hopefully I can get some closer shots. I would put the extender on, but I don't know where it is. I have no idea what I did with it. And I'm using manual exposure at the moment with auto ISO, which I do quite a lot now. But because I realise it's oystercatchers and a lot of white, I've just gone with -1/3 just to try and not blow out the whites. But actually I should have probably gone down a bit more than that. Coming back round. Can you hear? Oh my god, they're so noisy. So what they'll often do, I think a lot of birds up here, and certainly seen it with the Oystercatchers, is they'll just kind of do circuits. So if you're parked on the road, you might have them on one side and then they go over to the other side and then they might fly around again. So if you're kind of just in one spot, then there's a good chance the Oystercatchers will go on both sides of the road. So if you wait long enough, you might get better opportunities. But yeah, they went over that side where it was backlit, and now those two have flown back onto this side again, and there's still a couple from before. Found the extender on the floor randomly. I've driven past a male grouse, so it was on the left hand side of me, but that's no good because I want to be able to shoot this way, so I've just turned round and now I'm going back. So I'm going to get the beanbag on here ready, so it's a good idea to put that on before you get there because it's less movement. He's standing really proud, and we're going to get over to the side of the road. Always check for traffic. I'm going to get a camera on now before I get any closer. Okay, I've seen a pheasant. There's a male pheasant just further up, again on this side of the road. So I'm going to try and get a bit closer. It's got a limp. It's limping quite badly. So I'm certainly not going to, outstay my welcome, because it looks like it's struggling enough. Okay, another bird, a new bird for this morning. Not a new one for me, but I haven't seen it till now, which is a red-legged partridge. So again, I turned round, get to the right hand side of the road, and I'm going to get the beanbag on here. Okay, let's go. That was just absolutely stunning. That male red-legged partridge just performed for me in the most beautiful light. I think one of the things when you've been taking wildlife pictures for a long time is you realise how important the pose can be. Just getting that slightly different pose, the way it looks, maybe a bit of eye contact, just a certain pose, maybe it suggests a bit of movement or action, maybe it just shows more character, or it looks more endearing or something like that. And that's what happened here. I got some, what I'd say, quite standard shots, probably when the bird was more alert looking, and then it kind of walked around a bit more. And particularly when it came towards the camera, some of the poses were just absolutely fantastic. I can hear some wings whirring. It's like a display, but I can't remember what it is. Is it the curlews? It's like a display from the sound that the wings make as they go through the air. One of the birds I really wanted to photograph today was lapwing, and I did see quite a few indulging in their tumbling aerial display, but I didn't get any on the ground or close to the car. I think one of my favourite displays of upland birds is the snipe, and they actually make a sound as they're flying, and this is made by the outer tail feathers. As they fly through the air, it creates that sound from the wind resistance. It is just absolutely stunning this morning, glorious weather, and I've had some fantastic opportunities for photography. Everything I've done this morning has been photographing from the car. I'm going to put a video up on the screen which shares all the tips and techniques that I use for doing that to maximise your chances of success. Hope that helps you out. I'll see you over there. Thanks for watching.